Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling Bobby's World. You know, that Fox Kids show from the 90s?
Oh yeah, Bobby's World. It ran for a surprisingly long time, 7 seasons, something like 81 episodes.
Exactly. And our mission is basically to figure out why. What made this show tick for so long?
Well, it had that really unique premise, didn't it? This little kid, Bobby Generic, great name by the way.
Yeah.
And his imagination just ran wild. He'd hear an idiom like traffic jam.
And picture tiny cars stuck in actual jam on toast. That was the whole hook, right? Taking childhood anxieties and misunderstandings and making them literal.
Totally literal. That visual metaphor thing was its signature. So we're diving into the sources to see how that concept kept it going for nearly a decade.
Okay, so where do we start, I guess, with the creator?
Definitely. You have to talk about Howie Mandel. He wasn't just a creator, he was the show in many ways. Came out of his Levy productions.
Right, because he voiced Bobby, that super high-pitched, kind of anxious kid voice.
Yeah, that squeaky voice. But he also voiced the dad, Howard Generic.
Oh, interesting. So he's doing both the imaginative kid and the more grounded parent figure.
Exactly. The source of the chaos and the voice of reason, essentially. That's a pretty powerful dynamic to control from the start.
Yeah, you don't see that often. It must have helped keep the vision, consistent.
I think so. And it ties into that other unique thing the show did. The format.
You mean the live action bits?
Mm-hmm. At beginning and end of the episodes, Mandel would pop up, just talking directly to the audience.
Breaking the fourth wall. It felt really personal, didn't it? Like he was just chatting with you.
Yeah, and it was a clever way to frame the theme of the week. Maybe about losing a tooth or a new sibling coming along.
It let them touch on those typical kid issues, those lessons, without sounding like a lecture.
Exactly. Kept it conversational, which is tricky for kids' shows sometimes.
Okay, so Mandel's voice work and the format were key. But what about the rest of the family? They grounded things too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You had Gail Mathias as Martha, the mom. She had this great kind of calm Midwestern vibe.
Sort of the anchor when Bobby's imagination went totally off the rails.
Yeah, bringing it back down to earth. And then the siblings provided that necessary friction.
Right. There was Kelly, the older sister, played by Charity James, always with the get real.
Yeah. Classic 90s teen sigh in her voice. And later, Pamela Adlon came in as Derek, the older brother.
Pamela Adlon. Interesting casting. So that added more of that typical sibling dynamic.
Exactly. Kept the family feeling, relatable, even with all the surreal stuff happening in Bobby's head.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. The animation itself. To pull off those visual gags, it needed to look good, right? Fluid.
Definitely. It had to be elastic and clean to sell those crazy visuals, and that's where Film Roman comes in.
Film Roman? Wait, weren't they doing The Simpsons around that time too?
Yep, same studio. So that probably explains the quality. It had that professional polish, not like some other Saturday morning cartoons, maybe.
That makes sense. It always looked pretty sharp.
And you know what else added to that feeling? The theme music.
Oh yeah, that catchy theme.
Surprisingly, composed by John Tesh, along with Michael Hanna.
John Tesh. Really? Wow. Okay, so that's another piece. High production values all around.
Right. So putting it all together, why did it connect so well? I think it was kind of counter-programming.
How do you mean?
Well, think about early 90s cartoons.
Yeah.
Lots of action, loud stuff, maybe a bit edgy. Bobby's World was quieter, more focused on family, relatable anxieties.
Yeah, it filled a different niche. It used that imaginative premise to explore common kid fears, but in a really funny, accessible way.
And they seemed genuinely committed to the audience, too. The sources mentioned something pretty cool.
What's that?
Starting in 96, they added open captions.
Open captions.
Yeah.
Always on screen.
Yes, specifically to help kids who were just learning to read. That's pretty unusual for animation back then. Shows a level of care.
That really is thoughtful. Okay, so longevity, quality, unique premise, relatable themes.
Yeah.
It adds up.
It does. And that's why it had such a long life, not just on Fox Kids, but later on Fox Family and popping up on streaming here and there.
Yeah.
It has staying power.
Which brings us to the legacy and maybe the future.
Well, yeah. Mandel himself has talked about wanting to bring it back, like multiple times, even made pushes around 2018.
So he still sees potential in the concept.
Clearly. And that kind of leads us to the final thought we wanted to leave you with.
Right. If the whole show is about a kid literalizing the world around him,
how would Bobby's 4-year-old brain even process today's world? Think about it.
Oh, wow. Like, what would going viral look like? Or doom scrolling?
Or even just screen time. His imagination would have a field day.
That's That's definitely something to think about. How did that translate?
A deep dive for another time, perhaps.